One of the things that I love about Georgetown is that our fundamental Jesuit background provides this environmental justice perspective of doing that which is good to support all living things. We need to protect the environment for future generations. This is why the Pope, who is a Jesuit, wrote Laudato Si, this encyclical all about doing good things for the environment.
And the university is looking at it in a very holistic way, both what we do as an institution in practice and how we educate our students and support the research of our faculty thought leaders.
It requires an interdisciplinary approach to solving these really challenging problems, because it's never just a science problem. And so we have to incorporate the human dimensions into most of our questions. That means it's a policy problem. That means it's a legal problem. That usually means there's a medical issue associated with it too. It's also usually a moral and an ethical problem as well. That's one of the great things about being at Georgetown, is we've got these other areas of expertise that are so well formed and so well established that we can bring them into these environment and sustainability issues as well.
There's an incredibly committed community here at Georgetown to address sustainability. We have faculty working on major climate change policy. We have faculty who are monitoring the health of species around the planet. We have faculty who are looking at environmental health on a global scale.
We're in Washington, D.C., where we have this proximity to some corporate headquarters, the headquarters of NGOs like the Nature Conservancy, World Wildlife Fund, Resources for the Future. Federal agencies. We want to put students into these agencies working on real problems, not just next to our faculty, but next to the scholars that are working in all these organizations.
Having a new institute at Georgetown around environment and sustainability is going to make a big difference in terms of how it impacts both what we do on campus in the classroom, as well as the living experience of our students and the work experience of our faculty and staff.
The Earth Commons, Georgetown University's Institute for Environment and Sustainability, is our way of impacting everybody we possibly can that walks into our gates. Science by itself, publishing the papers isn't enough, but getting it into policy, getting it into law, scaling it up so it's reaching millions of people is really what's necessary to ultimately make sure that our education and our science is having a real impact.
And now is our time to make a choice of how we want to live on the planet and how we want others across the globe to live as well.
I just don't see any reason to be pessimistic or negative about the environment sustainability. In part because, frankly, there's nothing to be gained in pessimism. This is an opportunity to move things forward.
Georgetown has made sustainability and the environment a top priority, and it's something that everyone can be a part of and needs to be a part of if we're going to make sure that our planet is here for future generations.
So we can change things with the right voices, with the right institutions. We can correct these problems. And so I maintain this hopefulness because I've seen it in the past. I know we can correct these issues.
The Earth Commons Institute at Georgetown is very exciting. As a university, Georgetown has the opportunity to really look to the future and figure out what are the different steps we need to take to make sure that our global impact is as responsible, respectful, and regenerative as possible.
There's plenty of heroes, environmental heroes out there that have been able to step up and make a difference in the world, and I think that we will have those students here that can go out and change the world.